two pretty good sized hogs. Well, they done rooted a whole cow. These they have rooted up. Come here. Come here. Hey. What are you doing? Come here. PJ. Checking everything out. PJ, what you smelling? Oh, she got to run a minute. Got to roll. Morning, everybody. Jason, PJ, Hollis Farms. It's in the high 20s this morning. Oh, supposed to warm up about 50, but sun's fixing to come out. Wild hog action. I am, my boots were in the back of the truck. I got them up front, warming up a little bit right now. I'm throwing my boots on, grab my stuff. We got two big old hogs we got to go get out of the trap. I watched them one night because I just wasn't sure how many was there. I want to make sure we got them all that was coming right then. So before we run out of corn, and they was actually rooting around in the water. They had about ate it all up. Dropped it, got them. So we'll get all my stuff together and we'll load up and go in there and get them. All right, y'all, here we go. We headed in. I believe this one's gonna be a muddy mess. But maybe we'll get them out. Oh, icy this morning. All right, y'all, here we go. Wild hog action. That trap there just about needs to be drained. It is full of water. Got the corn kind of close to the camera, but a little further to the edge than I wanted it. There's some pretty good old hogs right there. This ends up being some pretty good footage here with the wild hog and some raccoon action here in a minute. I ended up watching these things, I think, for maybe one night before I dropped it. I can't remember now, but I was pretty nervous and just wouldn't ever get exactly the way I wanted them. They're close right there, but you can look at that post, that one leg out, and their rear ends is just about hanging out. So no more than we have really got to fool with. I didn't want to chance it, so I decided just to kind of wait and watch and just kind of curious to see if anything else would come. They in and out. The dang corn's about gone now. This may be the second night. Them hogs ate up some corn, and I sure didn't want them eating for free and had to put more corn out and catch them. So I'm planning on catching this go around, but boy, they just won't get all the way under there good. And it's kind of due to that water, but I don't want to move the trap. And I really don't want to dig a ditch to drain it. I just trying to be patient. If it was a pile of hogs we was fooling with, I'd probably do different, but just waiting. They'll eventually get in there if you kind of wait. But I got some action coming up here in a minute somewhere where we're dealing with these coons and the hogs. It's kind of interesting. I've never seen this before. But they about to get everything out of that pile. If they're going to get something else, they're going to have to get over there and get to fishing in that water for some corn here in a minute. But they so close to being under there, but they just so close to the edge. I just really didn't want to take a chance on these two. Then that one gets right in the middle. They start getting in that water, and I'm just thinking, here in a little bit, it might get to be some time. But that one just... it's always kind of got its head pointed out, and I just wanted to wait till both of them's head got in the center and just trying to be kind of patient with them. You could about catch them right there, but boy, if that one whirled just right and it runs, ends up being some coons they messing with, and I'm waiting on that footage to pop up. Y'all watch this old sow. I think I got it where she, these coons try to come in here and she tries to, or she does, don't try, she does. She chases some of these coons off. And I can't remember where that footage, I think I got that footage. One of them old sows just run the coon smooth off. See that coon that hog walk towards them coons. It's kind of helping me. Them coons coming from the other side. And then them hogs getting a little greedy and kind of getting over more towards the center. But one of them smooth runs the coons off here in a minute somewhere. I think I got that footage. I guess I didn't though, because here we are. We're fixing to drop. I guess I missed that. Let's see if we can catch them. We're getting close. Bam! Got them. But at some point, them hogs was chasing them coons off. And boy, they ain't liking it in there at all. They walking her down, playing in the mud. I was hoping they'd kind of dry it out before I get there. And that hog there's over at Mitts. We got to work on that one. And then they being pretty patient waiting on pickup, but they really want me to hurry up and get there and get this over with. Two pretty good sized hogs. Well, they done rooted a whole cow. These they have rooted a hog. Man, it's mud. Trying to get them a little closer to the dry side. I believe we'll be all right. All right, let's see if we can get them jokers out of here. I ain't got no plywood, I ain't got no ramps. I got my winch and my hay hook. Let's see if we can get her done. Moving a little slow. We're gonna get it though. We're gonna have back surgery in 3 or 4 days. Move y'all back where y'all can see all this action. The other ones are good size and they're both pretty good colors. Alright, here we go with number 2. Yeah, I got this hooked. Might come unhooked, maybe not. He's big too. Ain't no sign. Nothing wrong with that, y'all. Got that done. That is a good load of bacon right there. Big old sows. It's over 300 pounds of meat for sure. I didn't tell y'all I was in here the other day fixing to load a hog, and I couldn't get the winch to work. Kept messing with it. I was about to get ill, couldn't do nothing with it. And I think this is what I was doing, or either I was moving one of them feeders or something, and I had forgot you got to crank the Ranger for the winch to work. So try not to forget that anymore. Got to crank the Ranger, and that's a good idea where you don't run your battery down. All right, y'all, so I dug around with a stick over in that old slop and finally found the trigger. Had to dig her out, and we'll clean her up over in a water hole. We are reset, rebaited up, ready for the next pig. I hope they slow down a little bit, 'cause we fixing to be tied up. Ain't gonna be able to do this for a little while. But that ain't gonna keep us from dropping it if one comes. We'll just have to get us a hired hand, Mid or somebody. We'll get somebody in here. We ain't gonna miss catching a pig just 'cause we down. We'll get her done. Well, they loaded up pretty good today, muddy and slick, slid right on in. Need no plywood or ramps. Got nowhere to put them no way when you load down with the bacon. Alright, so that's a pretty good catch. I got a long way back around to my truck where this trap is. Got something I want to talk about for this conversation. Is going to be struggles. Struggling, struggle, struggles, whatever. Struggle. So this world these days, and what got me to thinking about this, and I'm not pointing any fingers, I'm just giving my opinion. Started loading the hogs with the winch in the back of the Ranger. And the first thing I start getting is a bunch of comments about I need to bring a piece of plywood or ramp or, you know, something. That's okay. Most people would probably do that. I don't know why, but I kind of like a challenge, and I like a little struggle. And I think that's what's wrong with the world these days. Nobody wants to struggle. Nobody wants a job where they got to put out. Yeah, that may be why my back's like it is, but I wouldn't change anything. I mean, back when I was doing shingle work, just for the heck of it, I'd put 2 bundles of shingles on my shoulder just to see if I could go up the ladder. Yeah, I'm probably paying for it now, but I think it's good for you. I think it's good for kids to struggle. Nobody wants their kids to struggle anymore. I try several times a week, if it just don't happen accidentally, to put Cody in a situation where he's got to struggle. Got some videos on the other channel, Hollis Outdoors. One where he was changing a tire and shooting his bow or hitting the baseball. I try to put him in situations to where he has to struggle and has to work hard, has to learn to overcome. But the world these days and the government we got, they don't want nobody to just struggle. They want to hand it out, put it in their hand, and I don't agree with it. I think to grow and mature and end up being a better person, man or woman, whatever it is, you gotta struggle a little. I guess I put myself in those situations quite a bit. One thing come to mind, I didn't grow up as my dad wasn't a mechanic or anything. He was a roofer. That's all I ever knew, and we hunted. And when I was, I don't know, 16, 17 years old, when I started fooling with the racing, I didn't even know how to change the oil in anything. When I got my first race car, a buddy of mine helped me a lot. He was a super mechanic at a young age. That's all he ever did. And he would watch me do stuff and laugh and struggle. And he's a year or two older than me, and he'd laugh at me. He said, if you don't learn to do it yourself, you ain't gonna learn how to do it. And he was absolutely right. Just due to racing, I'm not a super mechanic for sure. But due to racing, I've learned to, certain little things go wrong with a tractor, tear up on a piece of equipment, an implement, piece of equipment, truck. I've learned to be able to figure out a few things, and it was all due to struggling, trying to learn the race car, because I was so determined to win. I was going to figure it out, and it's just, if you ain't got struggles in your life, I just don't think you're going to grow and be a better person. And I don't know. People probably look at me like I'm crazy. I do stay on Cody pretty hard. Number one thing I stay on him pretty hard about is his attitude playing ball. He's so competitive. Boy, when he messes up or whatever, strikes out, misses the ball, whatever, he has a struggle. That's a big thing we're working on overcoming. And if he struggles and gets through that and overcomes it, he's going to be a better person. I was the same way when I was young. I just hated striking out. I didn't like missing a deer. It just killed me. I wanted to win at everything. And I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to win. The only reason I'm fooling with baseball is to win. When I go after a deer or a turkey, I want to win. I want to get them. So, and all that's a struggle. A lot of times, these hogs sometimes is a struggle. You just balls up and get in there and get it done. So, y'all may see me do some stuff with Cody that most kids don't get done. But that's because I believe he needs to learn how to do stuff, and he needs to struggle. And that's a big thing on my mind. A lot of our videos on the other channel may be me coming up with ideas to struggle. And I like it. And he's going to be a better person for it. This whole world would be a better person if they wouldn't baby their kids so much. Oh, it's okay. It'll be all right. Horse crap. It's not going to be all right. You need to struggle. You need to learn to work through it. So, like I'm fixing to have back surgery, and I'm in here fooling with these hogs. Nothing wrong with a little struggle. I didn't do anything to hurt my back, but we're going to get rebuilt anyway. I'm excited. I'm ready to get right. I'm ready to get back where I can put myself in more struggling situations. Anyway, let's go take care of some stuff, and we got to get PJ out a little while. All right, we got PJ in the house now. He is ready too. He is always on go. All right, let's get to today's Bible verse. Still on the word darkness. Acts chapter 26, verse 18. To open their eyes so that they may turn from darkness to light and from the dominion of Satan to God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and an inheritance among those who have been sanctified by faith in me. All right, y'all, had a good day today. Got two more big old hogs out of the way. They wasn't monsters, but that one sow, she was big. Now 180, 90 pounds maybe. I don't know. I miss them sometime. Don't hardly ever weigh them. But another good catch out of the way. Had a good day today, and I've got to call it a day now. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.